Let's get with y'all niggas. We got another animal vid, you know what I'm saying? I've been supposed to put one of these shits out, but like, shit be happening, you know what I'm saying? It's been a shit ton of Juice WRLD out lately. My bad, I'm doing something. It's been a shit ton of Juice WRLD out lately, you know what I mean? We've had the Young Boy album. We got Young Boy dropping again this week. We got more Juice WRLD coming this week, I'm pretty sure. Like, we got a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? But we back in that mode. We probably about to be live a whole bunch this week. I'll be on my regular setup. I should be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, I might get a stream. Yeah, I might not. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try to stream. If I don't stream, I'll have a video up at least. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it daily to like every other day, but that should be getting hard. Y'all know how it is. But we got an educational video because a lot of dumb niggas that watch my videos. Let me stop fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But let's see what they talking about.
Like we're losing something great in the environment because of it. Extinction is seen as a terrible end to any creature, and we should be working towards preserving that species as best we can. However, there sure were some that were glad went extinct long ago. From massive monsters to powerful predators, these are everything that haunts our dreams to this day. Some were long gone before humans, and some of them might have shared hunting spaces. Get comfortable, get ready, and make sure you subscribe to the Forever Green channel.
What the fuck is that?
Because we've got a doozy of a video to show you today. 24 deadly animals you will be glad to know are extinct. Number 24, Smilodon. Otherwise known as the saber-toothed cat, the Smilodon was an ambush predator known for its robust build and exceptionally long canine teeth. It was built with a larger jaw than modern cats, and teeth adapted well by nature
Fuck
for its
no.
exact style of precision killing.
Hell no. Absolutely not. Put them shits on a hearse and meat. Well, they're already gone. Shout out to whoever extincted these niggas, bro. Hell no. Could y'all imagine walking outside in India, getting caught by one of them? Fuck no.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty glad we only have to deal with mountain lions and bobcats, unless you live somewhere a bit wilder. The saber-toothed cat may have briefly lived with humans, but likely died with humans, and the Ice Age finally putting the nail in the coffin. Number 23, Pentacopterus decorahensis.
What?
Putting the nail in the coffin. Number 23, Pentacopterus decorahensis.
Who the fuck naming these shits? Pentacopt. What?
Finally putting the nail in the coffin. Number 23, Pentacopterus decorahensis.
Pentacopterus decorahensis. Who the fuck named this shit? Like, that's Aladdin's carpet, bro.
You probably don't want to imagine a giant scorpion.
How do we go from this
Decorahensis. You probably
to
don't want
whatever the fuck that is? Yo,
to imagine a
that's some real Ark Survival Evolved type shit right there, and I'm not fucking with it. Hell no. Well, I'm not stomping on that shit. You need the people's foot to stomp on that bitch. That motherfucker. Ew.
giant scorpion, much less one that's 5 feet long. In 2015,
5
scientists
feet?
discovered the Pentacopterus decorahensis in all its glory and used to swim around modern-day Iowa nearly 450 million years ago. Their successors would go on to be current-day ticks, spiders, and lobsters, but chances are they didn't last long after Iowa decided to be, well, Iowa instead of a seabed. All we have to this day are fossils and drawings, though a replica was created for National Geographic's
Ew.
Strange Truth program. Sometimes seeing is believing, but it would be better to go ahead and unsee some things.
Shit
Number
nasty.
22, Hallucigenia forti. If you've ever wondered what it's like for a worm to have legs, then you're going to regret that thought pretty soon. This absolute nightmare fuel is like every worst possible thing wrapped into one, because they might not be legs. They're probably
What the fuck is this? No, bro. What is this? What is this? Whoa, bro. Hold on. There's no way we look at this right here and we get worm with legs. There's just absolute no. No. This right here, flamethrower, nuke, missile, bro. Like fucking infinity stones, bro. Like get that shit gone, bro.
Tentacles, and they may or may not have had mouths on them.
Pairs of really
What? Did he just say they have mouths?
Probably tentacles, and they may or may not have had mouths on them.
pairs of really stiff spines running along one side of the organism and long flexible appendages on its other side.
Looking like something horrific out of a Dali painting, this noodly little guy has got it going on if it is being the worst thing that ever existed. I know this isn't what a ringworm looks like, but it would be so much worse if it were, don't you think? Number 21, Gigantopithecus.
That's the giant gorilla.
Until about 1,000 years ago, you might have been able to spot Bigfoot in Asia. To what we know as modern apes and orangutans, these ancient ancestors were nearly 10 feet tall. Why are all old animals massive? They were probably vegetarian, but we can't be sure. And vegetarian doesn't make an arm span of 12 feet any less terrifying. One big hug and you're—
That nigga's arms were two of me. That's insane.
You're snapped in half. Number 20, Harpagornis morai. Also known as Haast's eagle, the Harpagornis morai probably only went extinct about 500 years ago at the hands of early Polynesia peoples in southern New Zealand. They developed what we now know as island gigantism due to a lack of competition and were a clear descendant of the terrifying raptor. At the time, they were known best by locals for their ability to swoop down and pick up whole children once the Maori people had whittled down their food source. I'm sorry, but at that point, it's every person for themselves.
I was gonna say that's fucked up. We killed them. If y'all niggas is snatching up whole kids, yeah, BTA immediately.
Had whittled down their food source. I'm sorry, but at that point, it's every person for themselves. Number 19, Adestus.
That shit ugly as fuck, bro. That's disgusting. Why do you exist, bro? Why? Like, ugh. There's no reason that we need this nigga right here. What purpose does he serve in our ecosystem?
We may not know this guy's exact form because of how old they are, but the Adestus, also known as a scissor-toothed shark or coal shark, was a type of animal not to shed teeth, instead just grow more of them. This new growth would push the older teeth and gums forward, creating a potentially terrifying spiral tooth display. One option is like this, a spiral saw of old jagged teeth, though some others speculate whether their mouth looked like a monstrous pair of pinking shears instead. Have you ever looked into prehistoric creatures? Which one would you not want to face off with? Do you think we're better off without these beasts? Let us know down below. Number 18, Fabarimus patterson. If you think city rats are enormous, you'd hate to come across these little ratzillas. It's all fun and—
Wait, this is a rat? I thought that was a fucking beaver.
Let us know down below. Number 18, Fabarimus patterson. If you think city rats are enormous, you'd hate to come across these little ratzillas. It's all fun and games until that rat is the size of a bull. They could grow as—
You know, I was gonna say that's some psycho shit, but it's basically a New York rat at that point.
as long as 10 feet with a 5-foot tail. They might have been
That's
herbivorous, but they
crazy.
had foot-long incisors, and I really don't like those odds. They were known to live in the ancient Orinoco River Delta about 8 million years ago, so they're probably not going to come back anytime soon. Hopefully. Number 17, Titanoboa.
This shit.
And you thought the Loch Ness Monster
I
was
remember
terrible?
watching a
If they weren't
documentary on
over
this in middle
60
school.
million years old, I might think these bad boys were the inspiration for those kinds of myths. That is, ignoring entirely that they were found in northeastern Colombia rather than Scotland. With a name like Titanoboa, you kind of already know what you're getting into. It's a titanic snake, which could grow as long as 42 feet long and weigh as much as 2,500 pounds.
that.
You're not winning a fight with this bad boy no matter how good you are. They'd eat you whole as a midday snack if they even recognized you as food. Number 16, Meganeura. If you're in an area known for dragonflies, you'll know they're pretty big. But what if they were so big, you'd have to beat them off with a bat? They might have been harmless like their modern-day descendants, but that sure doesn't make it a whole lot better. Number 15, Dunkleosteus. If you didn't think fish needed armor, you certainly don't know much about prehistoric times. The Dunkleosteus not long had its armor, but
Fuck these things. By the way, these shits are annoying as shit.
but had unique teeth and a beak-like mouth, explicitly made for biting through the same kind of armor. They might have been a sort of cannibalistic species. With that kind of information though, we can't be sure. They had jaws so efficient they could hinge them open and snap them back shut in just a matter of milliseconds.
That's crazy.
Number 14, Anomalocaris.
Ew.
When you think of apex predators, do you think of killer whales, lions, or tigers? Do you think of something massive and powerful and in control of its environment? Well, the Anomalocaris may be the earliest example we have of this kind of behavior, and it's a shrimp. This hideous 6-foot-long creature had tentacles with teeth in them, and they were carnivores in their time. We're just lucky shrimp don't look like this anymore because I'm not sure a beach trip would be the same knowing what's down there.
Throwing that shit in a pot. Running back.
Number 13, Titanochorus gaines. At a massive half-a-meter length, the discovery of this 500-million-year-old species was beyond comprehension at the time. The Titanochorus were considered giant compared to even most of the animals living in the sea at the time, which were all barely larger than a pinky finger. This mind-bogglingly large critter is to this day one of the largest animals ever found from the Cambrian period, complete with a tooth-lined mouth, spiny claws, and a body with flaps to better swim with. All of this adds up to an arthropod I'm very, very glad we don't have to deal with today. Number 12, Phorus racidae. With a name like Terror Bird, you get exactly what you're expecting, but
hell nah, bro. Hell no. No. Kill on sight. Murking that shit, bro. Like, I'm glad you little bastards. You got everything y'all deserve. Hell no. These shits are the bane of my existence in Ark. Hell no.
if that's not enough, 2 million years ago they lived in the Americas and could grow to be something of 10 feet tall. Their beaks were so strong and sharp that a blow from the head could kill other animals by cracking their skulls. These apex predators from the Cenozoic era went extinct around the time of the humans. Though they may have lasted in a much smaller form until recently in Uruguay. They might have been flightless, but if you've ever seen the power of an ostrich, you'd know that doesn't mean anything. Number 11, Argovantes. To continue the theme of birds, this prehistoric vulture had a wingspan of 20 feet, was as tall as a human, and preyed on cattle. We know that even current-day birds are just evolved dinosaurs, but this one gives off powerful pterodactyl energy. They're the largest flying birds ever to exist, which compared to the current largest flying birds of the albatross and the North American condor, they're more than twice the size. This seabird spent most of its time swooping above the ocean for giant prey like squid and fish, and probably ate its game both live and whole. At a breakneck speed of 10 meters per second for its flight speed, we're lucky they've gone extinct. We may not know why, but we know we're lucky. Before we continue, if you've made it this far, go ahead and drop a like for wild content, then subscribe to Forever Green while you're down there, and make sure you hit the notification. Isn't it a bit crazy that almost all ancient civilizations have some variation of a dragon story? The Megalania may have something to do with that. This extinct species of giant monitor lizard inhabited Australia during the Pleistocene era, and it is the largest terrestrial lizard known to have existed. They vanished probably around 50,000 years ago and probably went extinct around the first emigration of indigenous settlers.
This fucking King Kong?
If you think you've got some nasty relatives, just think of how the Komodo dragon must feel. Number 9, Deinosuchus. I mean, all crocodiles are terrible, but not all of them have it in the name. These bad boys lived up to the awful name. Dinosaurs of the time left fossils with Deinosuchus bites left in them. They regularly went toe-to-toe with our prehistoric predecessors. They grew up to as long as 35 feet long and were found in North America. Can you imagine one of these just walking through your yard? People freak out for less. We're just lucky they seem to have died out before the mass extinction events, because I'm not sure a meteor would have been able to do the job. Number 8, Platybelodon.
A what?
During the Miocene epoch in Africa, Asia, and the Caucasus, you might have run across a platybeldon, which looks a lot like current-day elephants while still being distinct. They had a massive shovel of a lower jaw, used to pull up aquatic and semi-aquatic vegetation.
Bro, ugh, bro, like, that shit is just nasty looking, bro.
They might have been herbivores, but current-day elephants can still be a hazard. Imagine a jaw like that, with the power behind it and the sharp incisors forming a scythe-like tool with it. No, no thank you. Number 7. Helicoprion.
Bro, where y'all pulling these shits from? What's up with y'all freaky ass mouth dinosaurs? Like, ew.
If you're like any sane person out there, you've probably never had the thought, I wish sharks had a buzzsaw-shaped mouth. Like most other prehistoric fish out there aren't enough fossils left to get a good idea. The Helicoprion baffled scientists for centuries as a mystery. They found bits and pieces of a jaw and
God, you was really in your bag when you made these motherfuckers. I gotta say, bro, you was really on something with these, bro.
finally put
Jeez.
together its horrific form, as if we didn't have nightmares already. The whorl of teeth was created as the fish produced more towards the back rather than shedding old ones, pushing them forward into this spiral of horror. All we know is they went extinct close to 225 million years ago, and good riddance.
Back
Number
to
6.
good riddance.
Arthropleura. I think this
Arthropleura
might
are
haunt me at
confident, Ark.
night.
I love
The
these shits. You
Arthropleura
know
is
they're
not
ugly
precisely
as
the
shit.
kind of thing you'd want to see out in the woods when you're alone. They might be more similar to modern millipedes. The
Ew.
horror in these guys is that they're not tiny. But do you want to know something horrifying? If they had to defend themselves, they could probably rear into an upright posture and look you straight in the eyes. And I personally never want to repeat those words. Number 5. Leviathan Melville.
What the
You probably
fuck?
know better, but if a name says anything, being named after the ancient sea leviathans should tell you everything you need to know about this beast. They are a relative to the modern sperm whales and could grow up to around 57 feet long, with a skull
Damn.
alone that was 10 feet. Not to mention its 40 teeth at 14.5 inches long, which are, if you're wondering, the longest teeth on any creature extinct or not. They fed on large prey at the surface of the water. Though its size helped, it was probably so large because of its competitor, the megalodon. They went extinct due to the
Valid.
mass cooling event, which also preserved many of their bones.
which makes this animal the biggest tetrapod bite ever discovered.
Lucky for us, the ocean has one less horror out there. Number 4. Camarasaurus.
That's
Not to say
weird.
there aren't giant squids out there, but the ones we have are nothing next to this one. They lived something of 460 million years ago and had a vast cone-like shell on top which aided them in hunting. Though at their size, 40 feet long and 2,000 pounds, they probably didn't have to compete very hard. I wouldn't say this is the inspiration, but if they'd lived a little longer, I could see humans making a big deal about the deep-sea kraken after seeing one of these giant creatures.
Damn.
What's happening?
It's a huge squid. It's got to go away.
The stuff
movie
of
was
legends
that?
if there ever was. Number 3. Megapiranha.
Hell no.
Chances are the prehistoric cousin is just what you'd expect, but more horrifying than you'd think. They were the size of boogie boards and easily about 3 feet long, with
The fuck is a boogie board? Let me do my homework on that real quick. Fuck is a boogie board? Oh shit. Nah.
2 rows of teeth where their current successors
bro,
only
fuck
have
that
1.
shit.
These monsters were known to even go after beasts like the megalodon or Tyrannosaurus rex. With rising oceans, they were shuffled off to smaller water basins and couldn't sustain the large size, evolving down to make this change with survival. It would be nice if they were gone, but I'll take what I can get. Number 2. Megalodon. These whale-chomping monsters were a force to be reckoned with. However, we don't entirely know when the last megalodon died. It was probably around 3.6 million years ago after a global cooling event. The scale of these massive beasts is hard to put together. Their jaws could eat a complete grown man whole.
Damn.
To this day, the megalodon's 60-foot length makes them still
That
to
shit
this
was
day one of the
60
most
feet?
formidable carnivores to have ever existed. We still don't have an entire skeleton, but we know they probably would have stuck to warmer climates. The coastal towns of Florida and the Caribbean islands
Where?
know they probably would have stuck to warmer climates. The coastal towns of Florida and
It's been real, Floridians. I fuck with y'all. I've enjoyed my stay. I'm gonna be out this bitch by tomorrow, no lie.
the Caribbean islands would probably not be as hospitable if they hadn't died out. Number 1. Arctodus.
Oh, thank you.
Not your average bear. The Arctodus was 50% larger than any recorded polar bears
Bro,
and probably would have needed to
what?
eat close to 35 pounds of meat per day to sustain their size. They were native to California until about 11,000 years ago, which is far too close to modern times if
I
you
was about
ask
to
me.
say, that's
They're one of the
right.
largest known mammalian carnivores to have ever existed, and probably went around the same time as the Megalodon with the global cooling event.
How did it go around the same time as the Megalodon if the Megalodon died millions of years ago, but you just said that died 10,000 years? I'm fact checking you, nigga. Confusing stuff. Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's tough.
Do you
Fight
think
back.
they'd fit in among current day animals? Or are they all just a bit too big? A few evolved and are just a more petite version of their prehistoric ancestors. But not all. Let us know your thoughts down below.
Damn, that shit was straight. That shit was cool. I ain't gonna lie. We learned some shit in that one. What was y'all? Which one was the craziest to y'all? I ain't gonna hold you, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. That fucking. Oh, what was that shit called, bro? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. We could pull it up right here. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was that fucking bird. Those goddamn terror birds, bro. Hell nah, bro. No thank you, bro. No thank you. I'm cool off them. Forever cool off of them. But that was all for this one. I ain't gonna hold you. That was interesting. We gotta get more animal vids up. I ain't gonna lie. I like doing these, bro. These are fun to do. I can't lie to you. I gotta do more like this. Definitely. We are gonna have another stream this week. I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow. I know it's gonna be the day after, but we're gonna have another stream this week. So look out for that. You might get another vid today. It depends how free I am today, but y'all might get another vid today. But let me know how y'all feel about these. You know what I'm saying? Oh, join the Discord. I got the Discord in the links section when you view my channel. You know what I'm saying? I made an official Discord server for y'all, so y'all can just drop recommendations and shit. Know when I upload and all that shit. I got a community server made. Shout out Holden. You know what I'm saying? But join the Discord. But let me get up out of here.